Catch. If you're catching this on the replay, sorry, I'm at another baseball game. Uh, got a lot of work to do. Got a lot of work to do. Tired. Probably not gonna get the chance to go live later. I'll have the chance. I don't think I'm gonna do it. So I said, let's get it out the way. Feeling real good um, about to cross 500 subscribers. That's crazy. Didn't It wasn't. I didn't believe that this. Not to say that it's the only achievement that's left, but I didn't think this day would come. I never really envisioned what that was like. I'm more of a. I live in the execution phase. I struggle to. Um, Not really a struggle, but I worry about what's on the docket. What's next? They've now conditioned me to work sprint work and not so much planning out a project for 3 months. So it's really hard to see where we're gonna be. And I don't really, it's hard to believe that we're really gonna get there because so many things could change in that process. So to be almost at 500 subs, I just, at no point did I think, oh yeah, that's going to happen. I feel like I've been thinking about being 10 subs ahead. Like, how am I gonna get the next 10? Literally, just 10. And then I guess if you keep doing 10, you're gonna end up at 500. Hey, what's up? And that's cool. I mean, I don't know what everyone has a different goal. I've been saying that from the start. Uh, my goal, I do feel like being monetized is a big deal because one, I don't have to talk to you guys about it anymore, and I could just go about my business. I don't feel like I'm gonna be making amazing content that's gonna rank high all the time. Like if I wanted to go away, I was just listening to uh, Jared. What is his name? Jared Lanier, and I've been just every day now. I have a book that I have to read from 1950 was the first edition of this book. And I caught him on Star Talk, Neil deGrasse Tyson's channel. I think I've seen the guy's face before, but you know how when the words, kind of reach and grab you. Something he was saying on Star Talk was like, no, I have, it's too similar to the things that I've been thinking. And I remember when I started streaming about 123 or 4 days ago, who knows now, um, because I've streamed every day since. I remember when I started streaming, I was talking about having done a detox of social media. I was talking about the manipulation of like the engagement that they want. And I was also talking about feeling the need to be here to fight against that and not, you know, not falling victim. Oh, in one case, you could say, okay, if you have all these negative feelings towards the golden hour, what's up, brother? Um, it literally is the sun is going down as the baseball game is going on. Um, if you have all these feelings towards, social media and this platform, how we consume data. Hey, Carolyn, nice to see you. Why would you post here? And I feel like there was a good cluster of my yeah, it's the car stream for real. What's up, meat? Uh, He said, "You funny, you funny, you be with media." Um, I feel like the first cluster of streams that I was doing. Hey, April, I was trying to find my way, and all of these feelings about how we consume data, how I was consuming data, how I was feeling manipulated and abused in a sense. Thanks for calling me a tool, Meatwad. Haven't heard that one in a while. You must be an '80s baby. So yeah, I was feeling all these things, and I would come on stream, and I was struggling to articulate them because I just needed to do more research and I mean, I guess there's a lot that you could read that's written, not as much as you would think that's written about these subjects, but I came across Jared Lanier, and I've been going really deep down, like just the behavioral science of what's going on these apps. So that's been pretty cool, but it does make me feel like, why are you here? But I remember, I feel like if you're going, you got to take a stand on what how you feel, right? Hey, Katie, took the day off. I'm gonna be working later tonight. I have some work to make up on, so that's not gonna be the greatest. But yeah, guys, Katie, Carolyn, I guess April, Meatwad, whoever's still hanging out. We're almost at 500 subscribers, and I mean, don't know what to say about that. So, it'll be what's on my mind is okay. Now we got that part of that leg is done. Now we got to get into the really understanding how to gain these watch hours to march to 3,000. Um, and I've been doing some different streams. Who's all here? I've been doing some different streams. They're just not. They just coincide with my life. I'm living right now. I'm at a baseball game. And for my son's little league, and I'm actually facing. I'm able to sit in the car at this field. Um, but I was glad to see you guys because it has been a while. I was thinking about just doing a pop up, uh, go behind the desk so that we could celebrate together when we cross 500. I think that's definitely worth it, um, for real, because you guys have really helped to support me in this. Um, I've got so much going on though. It's like I don't feel overwhelmed. I don't feel overwhelmed. And I feel like I've taken my break. I've taken my time away. The sad part about having taken my time away is that I don't I don't feel like I've worked on anything constructive. I feel like I've set myself up for, I don't know, a you got to tell me, you be what you mean by challenge. I don't know. Did I say something about being challenged? Um, I feel like I set myself up for wanting to do all this work and you know how I'm gonna respond to all that content and all that time. I did, I feel like I raised the bar, and then when it's time to cash in on that, I'm not necessarily like cashing in. Oh yeah. I don't feel challenged actually. If I had to, I don't really feel challenged. I feel like I'm always present. Um if that makes sense. I feel like I'm always present. I don't have a moment to not be present. And I just feel like a freaking a battery that is always engaged, right? I'm always, if you guys mess with batteries or like eco flows, like if you got something always charging, that's a little bit it's a hard battery. That battery is gonna go through a lot of cycles. I just feel like I'm always charging to something. Um I don't really want to say it. I don't think anyone's watching, but I think a lot of things in my professional life, I still been really weighed down. If anything is a challenge, it has been that, and just how I feel just about professions as a whole, and what they mean, whether or not I don't like my skills feeling like they're being summoned, and it's like I feel like I'm sometimes being in a scenario where I'm my skills are just being summoned. I'm really sensitive about my skills because my skills represent my efforts. I'm sure you guys' skills represent your efforts, and there was one point when you didn't have some of the skills that you have, so they all don't come naturally, right? Especially those things that don't come easy to you, or they weren't like glaring. Like I'm a software engineer, but I taught this to myself. So since I'm self-taught, I not only have a chip on my shoulder, but I have a different attachment to my career as a whole, right? Because I made my career. I made myself. People, it's not a common story, right? Now it's there. It's a part of it. It's not a super common story, but everyone could relate to when a professional athlete or someone who's on the way to being that, and they see all the hours in the gym that they put in. Well, look how many hours I put in the basement, in the closet, on a little desk. I put in hours upon hours upon hours, and professional athletes, they get their opportunity to get contracts, and then most leagues even figure out how to pay them when they don't provide the same worth. I feel like I'm not really like it just doesn't work the same, and I'm not really like I just don't agree. I feel like I wish I had a players association to help me through, because all of these skills that I've worked on, that I've collected, I don't see any reason. You know how like NBA players, they now have the option to go overseas. So if they're not feeling the NBA right now, they can go overseas and make some money, and then maybe they could come back. For me, I don't feel like it's worth the investment at times. I struggle with that. Oh man, my guy got to the base. Good job. So, but that's what's going on with me. Like I said, I got a couple books. Well, one book in particular I'm gonna start reading, and I'm sure it's going to help me with my words, my vocabulary, as to what I'm trying to articulate. I feel like I was shooting in the dark because and Jared, uh, what did I say his name was? Lanier. Jared Lanier. Uh, he spells it out because he's obviously like he's a scientist. Like he spells it out and articulates some of the things that I feel. And but what he's saying is a lot of this has been documented. This book has been out for 76 years now, and he says it's been documented like 75 years ago about how we were going to end up here, right? So I think there's something to learn, and it's going to help me through. But the cool thing about it that I've definitely spoken about, I feel like there is enough diversity in the projects that we have. Over the years, all these ideas that I want to do, apps that I want to do, just processes and systems, I've always halted on those or felt like I wasn't enough to execute them. Because a lot of times, if you can't define the money, or if you tell people about it and there's no investment, there's no interest behind it, it makes you feel like, oh man, like then why you're not going to be able to end up doing this and survive in a sense, right? What is there to come back from doing this? What's the investment worth? And you always talk about getting a return on the investment, and I feel like his words are going to, if I had to guess, they're going to empower me to feel like fight for what you believe in and just do it and don't. Well, you people media put artistic in the chat. There's a lot of art that I need to get out. This YouTube has been a part of it. It's taught me a great lesson about my own creativity. That I still got something left in the tank as far as just pushing forward with things that others may not see, that I see. And it's just that I don't expect money to really uh, be there. I just don't trust that this platform, that this process is something that I'm gonna benefit from over time. It's just a side effect kind of thing, right? I'm just who I am, and I happen to have the willingness to come on here and share some of that. But when the camera goes off, I'm still the same exact person. I still wear my hat backwards sometimes. I'm the same person. In fact, there's so many things that I don't put on. I've been trying to get up to 100 push-ups a day, and you don't see me doing a 100 push-up challenge on here. You ain't see me do one push-up. You see me goofing around in the garden, which I also I do a lot. Uh, Ubu Media says we all need a creative outlet. I think bigger than that. We need to. Oh, my son scored. Good job, buddy. We need to take things as far as we want to take them without using society as a blocker, right? I've created hundreds of ways to say why something's not going to work. I don't think that I'm unique in that, right? A lot of us could find reasons, and I want to say it's doubt. It's not doubt. It's like a trained blocker. Because if I come across 1,000 people who I want to share this conversation with, I'm not going to get back the feedback that's going to make me feel enriched into, oh, I'm not really going to feel the feedback to enrich this. There was only one time in my life that I remember being in a scenario. I was living in Brooklyn, uh, finished college. I was living in Brooklyn. I was working in Brooklyn. Um, Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Dixon. I like that one. You almost got me, Dixon. You almost got me. You got another one? Happy birthday. Yeah, you be where you see that one? Hey, what's up? Hey, good evening. I saw you on Set Apart Gardens earlier, man. You had some good combo on there. You were on there before. I didn't even realize that. Okay. Good evening. Good evening. You be what says, hey yo, yeah, you almost got me with that, man. But happy birthday, cumpleaños feliz, and many more, many more. I hope that you're gonna hang on. We need you. You're like you're like the test case for what we need on the internet to figure out what we gotta fix, right? I'm gonna have my kids do a stream, and I need you to come in and you know, like how when they go to the police academy and they have to fake the criminals, and you have to know who to go for, who to shoot. We need you in there talking about some say happy birthday to my son Dixon. It's crazy. That's crazy. But no, y'all, thanks for joining. Like I said, Ubiwa Media says preservation. I just, in general, man, I feel like I don't know how many times I was saying, like, living in Brooklyn, I was around young professionals, and we were all hungry. And a part of being hungry and sharing and having community was that there was this sustained energy. And I don't remember echoing an idea that wasn't like, oh, let's build on that. Let's eating, having lunch is a part of us building. Having a party is a part of us building, and we're gonna get together and we're gonna get to the next step, and we're gonna tell this other person and bring this person in. And I didn't benefit from it over time because I ended up leaving that community. But I've seen others that have severely benefited from that type of energy, and I just assumed it was everywhere. I didn't know that I was gonna leave that and that type of energy to help people, like, build and grow these ideas. The thing about ideas is that ideas are not one size fits all, right? A lot of us understand because we reflect and use other people's cases as to see, who's making a lot of money. Right now, if I were to say I wanted to start a lingerie business, somebody's gonna point me to Rihanna. If I want to start beauty, my wife was just talking about Cardi B's hair growing business. And I love. I mean, Cardi's from the Bronx. Um, I love Cardi B's energy. She reminds me of being in the Bronx. Every person that I met when I was a kid, most of the Dominicans, I get it. I absolutely get it. Cardi is who she is. Much love and respect. But when I may have the ingredient and I'm a nobody, so to speak, I'm not well known, and I have this idea, I am never going to be able to, in this world, get my confidence from other people who just want Cardi B to do a hairline. So it takes a lot of, um, I don't even call it insanity, but it takes a lot of something inside of you when the success markers aren't there. So listening to Jared Lanier was just really helping me to understand, like, for one, I've been talking about the lack of diversity of apps for a long time and thinking that there is space for new apps, even though a lot of these apps have monopolized. Oh, we I used to talk about how the little amount of apps that we have on our phone that we use daily. Everyone is putting all of their media on the same stuff. Us as individuals, we're putting our media on this platform. All the news networks are putting their media on this platform. All of the so any kind of media, music on this platform. Everyone is aggregating all the stuff to one platform. Now the platform, since we all have to come here to go get it, now the platform's advantage is now they can spy on you and figure out what you like and figure out how to monetize your data. It's not really that hard to say what does another platform look like to unite people. We've had communities in the past. So whenever I've thought of these things, how do you it's not really how do you build it, because I kind of know how to build it. I've built things that no one has come to. I didn't understand how to distribute it because that's another hard conversation. So I get a little frozen on uh I want to start a CSA share, right? But what if you're starting a CSA share where most people don't even understand what a share is? They don't understand what a CSA is. They don't understand or respect the quality of the community, of the food, of the nutrition, of the enrichment. That's not what it is. So I've got to do some impressive work to stand behind some of these ideas to make them come to life. It wasn't that long ago I was thinking about creating and when I say wasn't that long ago, I think my job and me rejoining the workforce has stripped me of a lot of this creativity. It wasn't them, it's just like me. Eventually you'll be weighed down into their problems, and not things that you were trying to solve. But I do feel like, and I felt like, there's a need for families to connect with the land. It's part of what my lifestyle is. Let's connect with the land, and everybody's not going to be able to take this amazing trip and be embraced. So I want that land, that barrier to entry to be so low. That's why I got worm. That's why I have a worm bin. Um, as I'm learning these things, I want to teach these things. That's why I'm into teas and making all sorts of materials. You may think it doesn't make sense, but that's why if you have a natural food store and they sell grain, um, why not figure out just to make bread and make your own flour? A ton more nutritious than the stuff that you're gonna buy in the store. So that's all, guys. I came on here. I've been trying to test out what my stream quality would be away from the house. It seems like it's better than the house. So I still got to work on that. But yeah, if anyone else is still in here, just thanks for joining the stream. I appreciate all of you. It was nice talking to you, seeing you. We're gonna keep this thing going. We're gonna keep it up. We are at. I don't want to flip to the other app, but I think I was at 487 or 489. Let's say 7. Let's go with the lower number. Here, but cooking. What you cooking, Katie? What are you cooking? I need to cook. I need to start taking some stuff outside of my from my garden. I got some turnip. I got some turnip greens I gotta cut up. Here, but cooking. Tell Tom I said hi. But yeah, I text Mick the pick earlier, so we gotta, now that we're not working together, we gotta figure out how to keep this thing going. Um, but yeah, where's he playing? Okay, my little man's playing third base. Third base. There was another topic I was thinking about earlier. I should have wrote that down. It was a little deep. It was on the deep side. So I don't think I like being deep. But I hope you guys are enjoying, your lives and the content that you're watching and the things you're consuming and the things that you're getting into. I got a delivery today of 2 cubic yards of cleaned. No, not is it clean? I know it's crushed. I don't think it's clean. Um, Gravel. I have a little pad that I'm hoping will come together. I streamed about this some time ago. I was hammering in some rebar, and I have my garden shed that either needs to be built or bought. I love to build stuff, but I just don't know. I don't know where I'm at yet. But making the pad and making it solidified is really the first step. So I bring up the gravel because when you just don't know, you don't know. And the way that I would want things to work, I was asking my wife, like, hey, I'm doing a lot of the hard work. I need you to be my backup. I need you to check for supplies and potentially do the ordering of them, when you have time. And she came through on this one. The sad part is I've been wanting to order gravel for years because every time we do a project, we end up going to the big box store, and depending on the car we got, we're picking up. let's go get the garbage bags to put into the trunk, and then I load the stuff in the car, and then I'm seeing the car is basically getting going down to the shocks. The car is going down to the wheels. I've been doing that for over a decade, right? I need a truck. I need the real deal. I don't have any reason to support the real deal yet, but we need something for what our lifestyle currently is. And having a little electric car, maybe I seen Sean from Edible Acres. He has an electric car with a nice trailer, but I'm not really there with the trailer yet. If I was working outside, if I wasn't behind a desk every day, I think that would make a lot of sense for me. But she came through, and now I got when you get something delivered that's it's big. It's nice size. A real dump truck came through. I might even put. I showed a little video. I took a little video of it. Like I was like a kid looking at a Tonka truck because when the back kind of like goes up, it's like wow. You see the hydraulics, and you just get a sense of like the magnitude of some of these things. But the cost of 2 cubic yards of gravel compared to if I were to try to get or acquire, pay for transport, it's not even close. Like a cubic yard would be 27 cubic feet. And yeah, Katie says it's pretty cool. Yeah, it is. And the guy's name was Russ. It's so funny because he must have known the type of energy I had. Because he came out the truck, and I was in the middle of a meeting. I had to jump out real quick. I told him what was going on. So I put the tarp down already. The tarp was there, so he knew where it was gonna go. I didn't see any issues with, I don't try to tell him to drive on the grass because some of those vehicles are really heavy and they don't like doing that because of the liability. They might tear up your grass or they might get stuck. So I had it all planned out, and right when he knew where it was going, he goes back to the truck, and I'm like, "Hey, what's your name, man?" And he was like, "Russ." And next thing you know, he's coming to me with the pre-COVID handshake, like, we you used to give people love, show your love. And so I shake his hand. And it's 10 o'clock in the morning. It's nice to communicate with people. So I shake his hand, and then he just talks to me about like where he wants the gravel. Well, I mean where I wanted it and how he was gonna do it. And I thought it was gonna be like one dump. He kind of, he went forward. He started it, then he went a little bit more forward, did it again, and then when he was leaving, I had already had the check ready for him. So I handed him the check. I sign off on the receipt, and then he like goes to give his hand. He shakes his hand, and he give the bro hug. So I give him the hand and then the bro hug, and I was just like, wow, like I haven't bro hugged somebody that I don't know like that probably since before COVID. It was interesting to show another man like love. He probably needed the love. I needed the love too. Early in the morning. So that was cool. But I got the gravel, and now it's a reminder because it's in my driveway. I put it in a place that the cars could still kind of get out and navigate without issue. But it's in my driveway, so that means the project, has to get done. And me and my wife, we were speaking through it, and once I get done my stuff at work, I think by this weekend I should be able to work on installing the project, and hopefully I'll bring YouTube along. It's not always easy. When my hands get dirty, I don't really answer. I don't be near my phone. I don't need to be near my phone. I can put my phone down, maybe my music is playing, and that's it. I don't need to be near it. So hopefully, I'll post something about it, and because I just did that little step or patio in front of the chicken run, and I didn't film any of the construction of that, and that came together in one, within a day. I didn't film anything until I was done, and I was like, oh, okay, you probably should, and that's why I did that. But all right, so I'm gonna get out of here. The game's over. Little man will be in here shortly, and I'll get back to the crib. And maybe I'm on later. Maybe I don't. I don't know. I was doing in front of at the hearth, so I want maybe I'll go test that out and see how I feel. But I really got to get some work done. So thank you so much. Take care. It should be good to watch. Yeah. Take care, guys. Thanks, Katie, for sticking around. It was really good seeing you. I see you. We've been living through the comments, so it's nice seeing you. And I haven't seen if you posted lately, but I'll try to check out your content. And I was thinking about getting on Facebook as well, since I'm on there and I have a lot of people that I'm already friends with on there. But we'll talk about that another time. All right. Talk to you guys later. Peace.